Ready today. JustProfessor here. You see two products. One costs $20. The other costs $80. Without knowing anything else, you assume the expensive one is better quality. Your brain made that decision in a split second. No research. No comparison. Just price equals quality in your mind. And companies are using this against you to sell you overpriced garbage. You do this constantly without noticing. Wine that costs $50 must taste better than wine that costs $10. A shirt that costs $200 must be higher quality than a shirt that costs $30. A service that charges premium prices must deliver better results. But here's the truth. Price tells you almost nothing about actual quality. You're being manipulated by your own brain's shortcut that says expensive equals good. The price-quality heuristic is when your brain uses price as a shortcut to judge quality. You assume higher price means higher quality automatically without checking if that's actually true. This happens because price is easy information to process. Quality requires research and expertise to evaluate. So your brain takes the lazy path. It sees a high price tag and decides that must mean the product is good. Otherwise, why would it cost so much? Your brain skips the hard work of actually evaluating quality and just lets price decide for you. This happens because judging actual quality is difficult and time-consuming. You'd need to research materials, compare specifications, read reviews, maybe test things yourself. That's a lot of effort. Price is right there on the tag. One number. Easy to compare. So your brain evolved a shortcut that works okay sometimes. In many markets, higher-priced items are higher quality. But in many other markets, that relationship is weak or non-existent. The problem is your brain applies the shortcut everywhere without checking if it's valid. The issue is companies know about this shortcut and they use it against you. They deliberately set high prices not because their costs are high or their quality is high, but because they know high prices will make you assume quality. They're selling you the perception of quality through pricing, not actual quality. And you fall for it because your brain can't resist the price-quality shortcut. Let me show you where this controls your spending. Wine is the perfect example. Studies show that most people can't tell the difference between cheap wine and expensive wine in blind taste tests. But when they see the price, suddenly the expensive wine tastes better. Your brain literally changes how you experience the taste based on the price. The wine didn't change. Your perception changed because of the price tag. You paid more, so your brain decides it must be better. Clothing brands exploit this ruthlessly. Two shirts made in the same factory with the same materials. One gets a designer label and sells for 10 times the price. The other gets sold as generic. You assume the expensive one is higher quality. Maybe better stitching or better fabric. But often they're identical. The only difference is the brand and the price. The high price created the perception of quality that doesn't actually exist. Electronics show this pattern. A phone or laptop at premium pricing gets assumed to be better than mid-range options. Sometimes that's true. Often it's not. You're paying for brand and marketing, not proportionally better components or performance. But the high price makes you believe you're getting something superior, even when objective comparisons show minimal differences. Restaurants use pricing psychology constantly. The same food can be priced differently just by changing the restaurant's branding and atmosphere. Put it in a fancy location with dim lighting and high prices, and people assume it's gourmet quality. Same chef, same ingredients, but charged 3 times as much and customers believe it tastes better. The price creates the experience more than the actual food quality does. Professional services exploit the price-quality heuristic hard. Consultants, lawyers, therapists, coaches. 2 providers with similar credentials and experience. One charges twice as much. You assume the expensive one must be better. More skilled, more experienced, more effective. But price often reflects marketing and positioning more than actual ability. The expensive one might just be better at selling themselves, using price as a quality signal. Beauty and skincare products are built on this heuristic. A face cream that costs $200 must work better than one that costs $20, right? Often they have nearly identical ingredients. The expensive one added some fancy extracts in tiny amounts and a lot of marketing. But the high price makes you believe it's more effective. Your brain expects better results from expensive products, so you perceive better results even when they don't exist. Education and training programs use premium pricing to signal quality. An online course that costs $2,000 seems more valuable than one that costs $200. You assume the expensive one has better content, better instructors, better results. Sometimes that's true. Often both courses have similar content and the price difference is just positioning. But the high price makes you take it more seriously and believe you're getting something special. Hotels and accommodations rely on price signaling. Two hotels with similar rooms and amenities. One charges double. You assume the expensive one is nicer, better service, better quality. Sometimes the only real difference is location or brand. The rooms are comparable, but the price creates different expectations and different perceived experiences. Fitness and wellness markets use this extensively. Personal trainers, gym memberships, wellness programs. Higher prices signal expertise and effectiveness, even when results are similar across price points. You pay premium prices assuming you're getting premium results. Your brain makes you work harder and believe more when you paid more, which can create better outcomes independent of the actual service quality. Technology services and software show this pattern. A tool that costs 10 times more than competitors must be more powerful and effective, right? Sometimes yes. Often the expensive tool is just better at marketing to enterprises who assume price equals quality. The actual features and performance might be comparable to cheaper options, but the price tag makes decision. Makers believe they're getting superior capability. Investment and financial products exploit this mercilessly. High-fee investment advisors must deliver better returns than low-fee index funds, right? Decades of data show that's usually false. But the high fees create an impression of sophistication and expertise. You assume you getting something valuable for those fees, when often you just paying more for the same or worse results. Here's what makes the price-quality heuristic so dangerous. It becomes a self-fulfilling belief in your mind. You pay high prices assuming quality. Then you're motivated to believe you got quality because admitting you overpaid feels bad. So you convince yourself the expensive thing is better. You defend your purchase. You rate it highly. Not because it objectively performed better, but because your brain needs to justify the high price you paid. This creates a trap. Companies raise prices to signal quality. You buy because you believe the quality signal. Then you convince yourself you got quality to justify the expense. So you tell others the expensive option is better, which reinforces everyone's belief that high price means high quality. The cycle continues with no one checking if quality actually correlates with price in that market. The way out is forcing yourself to evaluate quality independently from price. Before looking at price, assess what quality markers actually matter for what you're buying. For a shirt, that might be fabric weight, stitching quality, fit. For a service, that might be credentials, reviews, past results. Define quality criteria first, then check prices. Don't let price become your quality criteria. Look for blind comparisons when possible. Wine taste tests, audio equipment listening tests, side-by-side product reviews where price is hidden. These reveal how often the expensive option isn't actually better. Your perception of quality changes dramatically when you don't know the price. That difference shows you how much the price-quality heuristic controls your judgment. Be especially skeptical of huge price differences. If something costs 10 times more than alternatives, that's often positioning and marketing, not proportional quality improvement. Real quality differences usually create smaller price gaps. Massive price gaps often signal that you're paying for brand and perception, not for substance. Check if reviewers and experts recommend the expensive options. Sometimes they do, which suggests real quality differences. Often they point to mid-range options as the best value, which suggests the premium options are overpriced. Expert opinions can help break through your price-quality assumptions. Remember that companies set prices based on what people will pay, not based on quality or costs. If they can make you assume quality through high pricing, they'll charge high prices even if their costs and quality are average. Price is a marketing decision, not a quality indicator. The next time you're about to buy something expensive because you assume it's better quality, stop. Ask yourself what evidence you have for that quality beyond the price. If the answer is none, you're falling for the price-quality heuristic. You letting your brain shortcut make your spending decisions instead of actually evaluating what you getting. Price and quality sometimes correlate, but assuming they always correlate is costing you massive amounts of money over your lifetime. Companies know you make this assumption, and they exploit it by raising prices to create quality perceptions that don't match reality. Stop letting price be your quality signal. Do the actual work of evaluating quality. That's how you stop overpaying for the perception of quality while missing actual quality at better prices. Watch the next video to learn another money bias making you waste cash without realizing it.